Ever notice how your emotions are like a British weather? 1 minute sun, 5 minutes later you are caught in the horizontal rain, wondering what you did to upset the clouds. Today we are going to map that forecast properly so you can stop being surprised by your own internal drizzle. If you are new here, I'm Aga, practitioner of total biology, recall healing, or as I like to call it, biodecoding. I help people translate the body's mystery symptoms into the messages that actually make sense without needing a PhD or a Sherpa. Beat. In the next 40 minutes, we'll travel through the gut, the bad, and the ugly of emotions. Expect practical tools, cheeky comparisons, and question that nudge rather than nag. Ready? Kettle on and let's go. We live inside an orchestra of feelings: anger, drums, sadness of strings, fear playing the high notes, joy of the brass, and disgust with the triangle. These aren't random soloists. They perform in a system. When we don't understand the score, we call it mood. When we do, we understand, we call it emotional intelligence. When was the last time you felt one thing and acted like another? Whose voices do you hear when you feel too much or not enough? Emotions are dashboard lights. They're not there to ruin your drive. They are there so you don't cook the engine on an M6. And here we go. We have two lenses that help us make sense. First one is a biological lens. What your body does, heart rate, breath, muscle tones, hormones. And the second one is a conceptual lens. The story you might tell us about the sensation. Ignoring biology and you miss the signal. Ignoring meaning and you miss the message. Quick exercise, like 30 seconds. Name the sensation you feel right now. Is it tight chest or fluttering belly? Now, name the meaning you are giving it. Is it pressure? Excitement? Dread? Could a different meaning also fit the same sensation? Butterflies and anxiety feel suspiciously similar. The difference? Whether you're about to kiss someone or email them the invoice. Traditional Chinese medicine gives us this beautiful map of 5 elements. It's a wood, it's a fire, it's earth, metal and water, each linked to a season, an organ, an emotion, and even a flavor on your tongue. It's a reminder that our body and mind don't live in separate houses, but they share the same kitchen. Let's walk through it, not as a lecture, but as a little journey around the seasons of being human. Wood is associated with the spring, with the anger, with the liver, and the taste of sour. Imagine spring after long winter, everything bursting, branches stretching, storms shaking things up. That's anger. It's noisy, it can rip through a room, but it also clears the air and gets things moving. Anger is like a sour taste, sharp, cutting through. Stagnation, like a lemon waking up your tongue. Use it with awareness. It's fuel for a change in boundaries. Without it, you stay stuck forever in the same old rut. Use without awareness. It's like setting a bonfire in your own kitchen and wondering why the curtains are smirking. What is your storm trying to clear? And if you find yourself rage cleaning the skirting board, ask yourself honestly, this is the dust or the comment from the 3 years ago still buzzing in your chest? The sour taste emerges when something needs to be cut, moved, stirred. Just as a lemon can shake up the palate, anger shakes up the life when we're stuck. If you are drawn to sour, it could be a sign, hey, it's a time to move. Something's stuck and you need a flow. Anger as a storm, it can be destructive, but often that's when it's opened up the space for new. What stagnant place in your life is asking to be aired out? Second element is a fire. It's associated with summer, with joy, with heart, and a taste of bitter. Now summer, heat, parties, the heart where it's open, joys, the garden party, emotions, music, laughter, and maybe a glitter even on a dog. It's the bitter taste, sharp at first but necessary, like rocket leaves in salad to balance the sweetness. When joy is in balance, it connects us. When it's tip over, it burns us out. The manic laugher, the yes to every invitation, the FOMO that keep us scrolling at 3 a.m. Where does joy already exist in your life without you having to earn it? And yes, you're allowed to put the karaoke shower in your diary. Even joy sometimes needs scheduling. The bitter taste is not easy, like argula or strong coffee, but it's that one, that cleanliness gives sobriety and direction. Joy is the summer sun. When in balance, it illuminates. When exaggerating, you are burning. And craving for a bitter is a signal. You need a clarity. See what is the truth and what is an illusion. Joy can turn into the gratitude instead of chasing the next dose of pleasure. Can you enjoy the moment even if there are no fireworks? The third element is earth. It's late summer, it's mid-seasons. It's a worry, it's a stomach, it's spleen, and it tastes sweet. Now we move into the earth season, late summer, mid-season, harvest time, kitchens filled with the food and chatter. This is worry and the sweet taste. Sweet comforts and nourish, but too much and it cloys, it slows digestion and it sticks. When earth is in balance, you can process life, chew it over and take it what you need. When it tips the mind, we choose the same thoughts until you turn into the mental cement. What's actually yours to digest and what belongs back on someone else's plate? Because reheating the same worry doesn't make it more digestible. It just smells worse the third time round. Sweetness is the first taste of life. It's a mother's milk. That's why body reach it for it when it needs security, reassurance, the feeling that we are taken care of. If sweet cries out too loudly, perhaps it signals you are missing warmth and care. Look for it, but not just in a fridge. Worry often grins in the belly. Sweet gives the temporary solace, but the real solution comes from the question, what do I really want to digest that is not mine? Does your sweetness come from the cake or from the relationship that's feed the soul? fourth element is metal, associated with autumn. Sadness, lungs, large intestine skinned, and a spicy pungent. Then comes autumn, leaves falling, crisp air, lungs drawing deep breath. Sadness is the autumn leaf, painful in the letting go, but clearing the three so the new buds can come. Its taste, it's pungent, the sharp spice that open up the airways and sometimes make you cry. Balanced, sadness help us honor endings. Out of balance, we cling to the photos, old texts, close from the lives we no longer live. What are you still feeding that's already finished? Because 5 screenshots of X text aren't a love story. They are mausoleum. Sometimes the most compassionate breath is that one that signs, let's go and make space. The pungent taste, spicy taste, opens and expands, sometimes provoke tears like ginger or too much horseradish. Its emotion, the same mechanism as sadness. It's allow you to let go of what's lingering. Craving for spicy is the body saying, breathe out, let it out. Please don't hold. Sadness in a balance cleans, just as the spices open up the airways. What are you stifling inside you that demands to be exhaled? And the last element is water, associated with winter, fear, kidneys, bladder, and a taste of salty. Final winter, quiet, conserving, holding energy in reserve. This is a fear. The salty taste is essential for life, but overwhelmed in, and it drives you out. Fear is the guard dog. Brilliant when the danger is real. Useless when it's barking a postman. The wind and the awkward email. In balance, it pays us, helps us prepare wisely. Out of balance, it has us building sandbags against the drizzle. What's the genuine fire draw and what's just burnt toast? And if your bladder starts gymnastic before every meeting, it's not a failure. It's just your nervous system being a little too diligent. Souls preserved, retain the water, gives a sense of stability. It is the language of fear. Preserve, secure, don't let go. When you dream of salt, it often cries out, I need to feel a foundation, something secure, something to hold me. The imbalance protects without balance, it keeps us frozen. Where do you really need security and where you are just sorting out of habit? So this pentagram is not some abstract diagram. It's a reminder that emotions, organs, seasons, and even flavors are part of one orchestra. Sour, bitter, sweet, pungent, salty. Each taste echoes an emotion, each emotion echoes a season, and each season echoes a body. And here's the thing, none of these feelings are enemies. They are rowdy allies, sometimes stormy, sometimes clingy, sometimes overexcited, but always pointing us back to balance. The art isn't to silence them, but to listen to know when to choose slowly and when to let go, when to storm, when to rest, and when to dance. Here's a tricky part. Emotions always arrive fast. They don't knock politely. They kick the door and open up in muddy boots and all. That's reaction. Emotional intelligence is learning how to turn that noisy entrance into a conscious response. Let's try this together right now. Not tomorrow, not when life calms down. Now, step 1, pause. Whenever you are, stop for just one breath. Inhale gently through your nose. Hold for the beat. And exhale longer through your mouth. Do that again. Notice how your shoulders drop a little even without permission. Inside your vagus nerve, just send your thank you card. Step 2, name. Now think of the feeling you had today. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe irritation at the traffic, maybe excitement about the message. Just pick one. Say it to yourself. This is anger. This is sadness. And this is fear. Whatever it is, notice you didn't say, I'm broken. You simply said, this is. That small shift matters. Step 3, locate. Close your eyes if you like and ask, where is this feeling living in my body? Is a knot in a stomach, a weight in a chest, or a buzz in hands? Point to it, even if you are alone in a room. Name its address. Often the body is more honest than the mind. Now ask yourself, what one wise thing I could do with the next 5 minutes? Not tomorrow, not in theory, just 5 minutes. It might be drinking some water, stretching your back, writing one honest sentence, stepping outside for air. Keep it simple and keep it kind. That's the whole cycle. Pose, name, locate and choose. It's not a grand meditation retreat. It's a barista training for your feelings. You are just learning when to stop, shot so it doesn't burn. And the more often you practice this sequence, the less your emotions will run the show like noisy toddler that still speaks, but you be one holding the microphone. And here's something most of us never got taught in school. Not every emotion is original flavor. Some are primary, the big ones like anger, fear, sadness, joy, and disgust. They are quick raw like the base colors of paint. Then there are secondary emotions where the mixings are invented later, like a guilt, jealousy, shame, the cocktails, but the strong ones. Shames especially is like a dodgy cocktail mixed in a dark. A splash of fear. What if I get rejected? A shot of sadness. I've lost my face. A squeeze of the anger, often at ourselves, and sometimes a twist of disgust. Me. Voila, shame. It's harder than tequila. Mini experiment. Grab a piece of paper, or just imagine if you are listening while cooking. Write shame in the middle, in the big letters. Now draw 5 spokes around it, one of each primary emotion: anger, fear, sadness, joy and disgust. And ask yourself, when I feel shamed, how much of each is the mix? Maybe 50%, 30 anger, 20 sadness, or some other recipe. Not right answer, only your recipe. Pause here for 20 seconds. Really look at which spoke is the fattest. Did your starting point. Work with one first, because you don't heal shame. in one go. You just untangle it strand by strand. No capes, no saviors, no miracle juices, cleanliness. Just you, a pen, and a science with manners. See how that works? Suddenly, shame isn't just a massive swamp monster. It's just a recipe, and recipes can be tweaked. More compassion here, less disgust there, a little more joy stirred in, and it's become walkable. And that's how we move from drowning into the cocktail to being the bartender. And let's zoom out for the moment. Our emotions don't begin with us. Quite often we inherit them from more than eye color or chin shape. We also copy stress, tactics, loyalties, and survival habits, sometimes without even realizing it. Think about it. A grandmother who lived through war may have passed down the habits of saving scraps, just in case. A father who grew up with shouting might have down the art of keeping peace and my price. A mother who never slowed down might pass us guilt of resting. These are just quirks. They become emotional default settings running in the background of our lives. And now, mini reflection exercise. Close your eyes and think of your dominant emotion right now. Is it anger? Sadness? Fear? Now gently ask which parent or grandparent lived most inside that feeling. See if you can picture them. How did the emotions serve them? Did they protect them, help them survive, and maybe even gave them a strange kind of strength? And now ask, what would it cost me to stay loyal to the person? Because every inheritance comes with both gifts and debt. Aside, it's like getting your nana's old wardrobe. Some pieces are timeless and some allowed to charity shop. This isn't about blaming the past. It's about honoring them choosing. We can thank our ancestors for the tools they needed in their time and decide whether those tools still serve us. Sometimes love means repetition, but sometimes love means breaking the pattern so the story stops echoing. That's ancestry with boundaries. I can give you a few tools, and let's be honest, nobody sticks with the 13 steps morning routine involving chanting, journaling, and cold showers in January. So here are tools you might actually use. 6 small things, each designed to fit in a real life, not Instagram reels. First one is a 90-second reset, 1.5 minutes. That's it. 1 slow breath, longer out. Name the emotion. This is fear, not unbroken. Point to where it lives in the body. That simple pause can save you from sending the text you regret. Second one, the 5 item, let's go. Once a week, pick 5 things to release. All recipes, screenshots, that jumper with the hole you might wear in a gardening. Each tossed in a tiny funeral for clutter. Physical or emotional, noted as lightness afterward. Third, the anger walk. 7 minutes, brisk pace, arm loose, jaw unclench. Let your body move what your head wants to shout. Anger needs motion, not another TED talk in your skull. Fourth, Fear Audit Friday. End the week with the making 2 columns. One real risk you can do something about it, and one the phantom fear you can safely park. Lock the phantom column away until Monday. You will be amazed how much calmer the weekend feels. The 5th, specific gratitude. Not family, health, job, too vague. God for the oddly precise, the squeak of cleaning sheet, the smells of a toast at 7 a.m, the meme that made you snort, specifically makes your brain believe. The 6th one is a boundary script. Goes like, when X happens, I feel Y and I need Z. Can we? It's not a bossy, it's not dramatic, it's just adult. Clear, respectful, and surprisingly effective in cutting down resentment. None of those takes more than a few minutes, but stack them up and you are not surviving emotions, you're just training them like slightly eccentric but loyal dog. Let's ground this in real life. 3 tiny stories, maybe you'll recognize yourself in one or all of them. Inbox volcano. Picture this. Every evening the inbox is Mount Etna. By the time you close the laptop, you are snapping at your partner over crumbs on the counter. But it's not about the crumbs, is it? It's about the unspoken need for quiet and a bit of recognition for how hard you're trying. When that need finally gets voiced, I need an hour without the noise, plus a shared wins list. Once a week, the eruption tours down. What crumb fights in your life are actually volcanoes in disguise. The mind researcher, 2 a.m, you under the duvet, phone glowing, googling symptoms you don't have, heart racing, the need underneath, safety in uncertainty. The shift came with a new rule, 20 minutes of care window. Research, then put the phones down. Body exhale, sleep returns. What are you scrolling for safety you could instead create by resting? The polite doormat, always smiling, always agreeable, and secretly seething inside, shame and disgust at betraying you own. No pile up quietly. Change begins with one clear boundary, even something small like, I call you back tomorrow. Add one tail act of self-praise, however tiny. Respect beings to feel less like rebellion and more like oxygen. What's the smallest no you could practice that would actually feel like a yes to yourself? See how it works? None of those people are broken, they just hadn't decoded the need under the noise. Once you name the need, the whole script changes. All right, let's talk about the ugly bits. The petty envy, the bitter thoughts, the eye rolling you down in your head while smiling politely. When spend so much energy trying to scrub this out like bad stains on the carpet, but there is a truth. They are not proof you are awful. There is a proof you are honest. Ugly emotions are like compost. Yes, it smells. Yes, it's messy. But Give it a time and it becomes fertilizer. That envy might point you towards that you secretly wanted. The bitterness might shows you where you've been overgiving. The silence eye roll, maybe it's the boundary begging to be spoken out loud. What ugly feeling in your life might actually be ready to become fertilizer? And now you don't have to put it on Instagram. Compost works best when it's tucked away. Before we close, let me smuggle in one more emotion that doesn't get much airtime. It's wonder. Wonder is a surprise with a soft heart in the wide eyes when you catch a rainbow in a puddle, or when a toddler negotiates for the biscuit with the skills of a tiny lawyer. It doesn't erase pain, but it makes the room bigger, so pain isn't the only guest. You don't have to wait for fireworks or big holidays. You can grow wonder on purpose. Look at the clouds like they are the art exhibition. Watch your tea swirl in a cup. Listen to the ridiculous squeak of your shoes makes on a supermarket floor. It's wonder sneaking in. Fabulous 1-minute practice. Right now, pick one ordinary thingy in your space. A pen, a mug. The way it hits the wall, the light hits the wall. See if it's miracles like you've never laid eyes on before. Let your brain tilt just slightly into awe. That's it. That's the seed. The more often you plant it, the more room life gives you. Cheap, renewable, and available daily. Unlike your Wi-Fi. So, where wandering thoughts, storms and sunshines, kitchen and compost heaps, even karaoke showers, and hear the map you carry out with you. Emotions, they are not the verdicts, they are signals. The body gives the alarm, the mind writes the message. The 5-element cycle isn't an abstract philosophy, it's a practical weather forecast for your inside. Small, specific actions always beat grand promises. And wonder is free and contagious. Take a moment to notice which part tugged at you most. Was in its anger, needed movement, sadness needing release, war for fear, wanting safety, joy asking for permission, or disgust, whispering about boundaries. That's your breadcrumbs trail. Follow it gently, and if you want to go deeper, rewatch this with a notebook nearby. Pause where something stings or makes you laugh. Those are your entry points. Most of all, share this with someone who keeps apologizing for being too emotional. They are not. They just a weather without the forecast. Yet. I'm Aga. Thanks for walking this map with me. Take your emotions home, feed them a cup of tea, and let them show you what they are been trying to say you all along. And see you in the next one.